Hi, Brian. Hope you're doing well. I wanted to ask with Miles and Savon ending up on the COVID list last week, could you kind of shed some light on the timeline of the return of those tests? Obviously, you guys had your last walkthrough last Wednesday. And then is there any concern that this might not be an isolated case?
Oh yeah, so those guys tested positive last week. I mean, as far as timeline, exact days, whenever they ended up on the waiver wire, I would say that's the day. So I don't have that exactly in front of me. But what was the other part of that question, Daniel?
Is there any concern that those aren't just isolated situations?
Look, I mean, I think per protocol, we test once a week. The guys tested today. We just go through. We just follow the protocols as we normally do. And but yeah, no, there's no feeling that this is we have that type of situation. But again, I also don't have a crystal ball here. And with everyone coming off of the bye week and kind of getting away, I think we just part of our discussion with being safe and understanding that there's still a pandemic out here, and we'll follow the protocols and practice the guys who are here.
Thank you. And a quick follow-up. There was a report that Lamar Miller was going to be brought in for a workout. Was that connected to the guys being on the COVID list, or was that already intended?
I think it was certainly connected to the guys being on the COVID list. I think when guys go down, there's no real, so just getting a workout, see where he and some other players were physically, and if we have to make a move, we're ready to do that.
Thank you.
Barry?
Hi, Brian. A few of us last Wednesday saw Michael Dieter in what appeared to be a walking boot. Did he have a setback at all? Will he play this week? And also, it would not be a Monday if I didn't ask you about Will Fuller and whether he's going to practice this week. So those two guys, please.
So Dieter, he'll be out at practice today. We have a walkthrough today and expect him to practice this week. Will Fuller, do not expect him to be here this week. So happy Monday.
Thank you.
David?
Hey, Brian. Then on that note, with Will Fuller, is there something more at play than just the multiple bone fractures of a finger here?
He's not going to be at practice this week. We'll take it, day to day, week to week. I'm not going to get into any specifics about his situation, but won't be here this week.
Omar?
I wanted to ask you a question about your views on free agency being used to supplement rosters. Obviously, you guys have done it a number of ways the past 3 years. What do you view free agency's purposes and benefit for?
I think it's, as you said, a way to, one of a variety of ways to fill and build a roster. And there's just different types of free agent, exclusive rights free agent, restricted free agent, unrestricted free agents. Obviously, via trade, via waiver wire. There's a number of ways to try to build a roster, and free agency is just one of them. Is there? What was the rest of that question? I'm not sure if there's.
You guys have done, like last offseason, you guys undid a lot of deals. This offseason, there were a lot of lower end deals and, trades and things like how much do you think it has benefited or hurt your roster, your team as it presently stands?
I mean, honestly, Omar, my focus right now is on today's practice, not what happened last week. So I think there's We go through every free agent deal from last year, but if we have the guys we have, we're working with them, and that's kind of what my focus is.
Thank you.
Joe.
Hey, Flo, good afternoon to you. Housekeeping, as Barry would say, just to maybe wrap that up there. Two other guys, Philip Lindsay and Malcolm Brown. Do you believe either one of those guys or both of those guys can practice this week?
Hopeful that Malcolm, he can return to practice. I think he's got a couple more workouts, and hopefully we can see him this week. And then same with Philip.
Okay. And unrelated question, we're going to talk to Emmanuel Ogba later today. I wanted to ask you, how would you describe his contributions to the team?
I think he's played well. I think his leadership is, and his work ethic and his professionalism is something that we like our young players to watch and emulate. I think he's a true professional, and I think he brings a lot to our team.
Thanks, Flo.
Travis.
Hey, good afternoon, Coach. And just watching some of the games around the league yesterday, and really all season long, it really seems like no lead, 2 scores, 3 scores is safe in today's NFL. But over your guys' win streak, you've managed to not just hang on to games, but also sustain 2-score leads. And I think 4 of those 5. What do you think is the key to closing out those games and not letting teams hang around and come back late like that?
Good execution. I think that's, at the end of the day, that's what it boils down to, really, in all 3 phases. I think you got to play well at the end. And that goes without saying. And I think that's when you get your opponent's best shot. You give them your best shot. You got to execute.
Daniel.
I also wanted to ask, just with you guys having the walkthrough on Monday, I guess it's a little kind of wrinkle in the schedule because you're coming back from a bye. Just how important is this first walkthrough to kind of maybe just touch on some things that maybe guys may be rusty on and kind of set the tone for the rest of the week?
I think anytime you have a few days off and you're out of the routine, you got to get them back into the routine. I think today's kind of walk through, jog through. Get out there, get a sweat, get back in the huddle, get the correct terminology, verbiage. It's been a while since we've been in a huddle, a few days. I mean, get out, get a sweat. It's been a while since they've run a route. Been at the top of the route for a receiver, or at the top of the route for a DB, or put hands on somebody, or put hands on a sled. So I think knocking a little bit of some of the rust off, I think is what we're trying to get accomplished today. Get started on jets and some of the install we want to do there on early downs, and take it from there. Get off to a good start this week. It's really the goal.
Thank you.
Omar.
Philip Lindsay, he missed the last game with an ankle injury. I know the bye week has probably benefited him a lot. How much is this week a good time for him to get healthy, considering what you've got going on in the backfield?
Yeah, I mean it's having the extra week to get healthy is it's helpful for him, and another week of terminology, verbiage, things of that nature. So I think it's always good.
Alan.
Good afternoon, Brian. During the winning streak, you guys have not trailed once by more than 3 points. How important has that been in helping you play the style of offense you guys want to play?
I think you always want to. Goal is always to play from ahead, And I think that's what we try to do really all year. But the focus isn't really on the last 5 weeks. It's on today, and that's kind of where I'm at. It's on the Jets. I think they played us well the last time we played them. I think they've got some talented players. They play hard, and they gave us some issues the last time out. So that's kind of where my focus is, and trying to help our team and put our guys in the best position to have success next Sunday.
Donovan.
Hey, what's going on, Coach Flo? How you doing, bro?
Good, Donovan. How you doing?
Awesome, man. Especially the way you guys have been playing. How boring, or did the bye week come at a bad time for you guys? How much are you guys looking forward to getting back to work and the business at hand, especially the way you guys been playing as of late?
We take the bye week to recharge the battery. I think guys are excited to be back in here today. Definitely felt that in our meetings this morning. Well, I think the schedule is a schedule, and wherever it is, it is. Don't really kind of put too much. Wish it was here, wish it was there. It's where it was, and kind of use the bye week for to heal up, to do some self-evaluation, and we treated this one no differently. It's a little later in the year, but I think we'll come out of it trying to recharge the battery and anxious to get back out there.
If I can get a follow-up, but as a coach, how is it for you knowing that you guys were in your groove? I mean, you don't really have to rest maybe the mentals aspect of it, maybe your voice from yelling at guys or whatnot, but just for you in particular.
To me, the bye week was at a good time. It was fine, no issues there. Just come back to work today, practice, and try to go execute next week.
All right, we'll take one more, Tim.
Thank you, Brett. Hey, Brian. We can look at the stats and say that Jalen Waddle is having a very solid season, obviously, especially for a rookie. But for what we don't see, the way he practices, his attentiveness in meetings, what he asks, how he understands, how he processes information, how would you sort of assess his kind of the learning curve in that area and how he's handled all that as a rookie?
I think he's done a good job. I think he's taken in all the information. I think he's learned multiple positions. I think he's been out there and practiced really pretty much every day. I think he's gotten better every day. I think he continues to get better, and I think he wants to get better. So I've been pleased with his development over the course of the season, and hopefully that continues.
This is the Big O Show. This is the